Hey everybody, this is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and welcome to your monthly readings for 16. In honor of Halloween, I'll be using a little spooky filter. I know a few of you were put off by that, and I'm sorry, but I want to have a little bit of fun, do something a little different. And in the upcoming months, I'll be getting back to semi-normal. And I say semi because nothing's ever really normal where I'm coming from. And remember, if I get on camera looking like the Crypt Keeper, you asked for it. Anyway, the other thing is that I will be using a new spread. It is an 8 card spread. It's called the Planetary Spread. And it has a card for uh, the two luminaries, which are the sun and the moon. And there's a card placement for Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and then there's an outcome card. So that is a total of 8 cards in the spread. Let me know what you think about it. So far, so good. I think I have confused a few people in some of the previous videos, and like I mentioned to I think Virgo and Libra and so forth. I'm actually an astrologer first, so a lot of times I interject a lot of astrology into tarot readings, and it may throw some people off. I'll try to simplify it if I can, or make it more understandable. But let me know what you guys think about the spread. Let me know if it works for you or if you like the 3 card spread that I've been using. It gives a lot of information as well. So, if you have a notion to, just let me know how you feel about that. Um, and if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. If any of you would like a personal reading, you can contact me at Tina at 85th House Vibrations.net. And with that, let's get on to our readings. Hey, Sagittarius, let's get started. You have the 9 of Coins in the Sun position. The Sun position is about the self, it's about achievements, success, vitality, it's about your public standing. The sun can be about authority and nobility and your fear. The 9 of Coins shows that whether you know it or not, Sagittarius, you as a person right now, you have everything that you need. It also shows that you yourself, because the sun is in Libra this month, and Libra is your 11th house. The 11th house is about organizations, it's about friends, it's about groups, it's about your hopes and dreams. So, with the 9 of Coins in the sun position, you are finding a fair and balanced way to be all that you can be. And you're finding that through groups of other people. You're finding that through certain organizations that you belong to, your friends. There are things that are going on between you and these sets of people that are helping you to be your best self. And in October, you are your best self. For the moon position, and the moon, we've got the Fool there in the moon position. The moon rules the home, the private sector of life, emotions, your subconscious, your safety and security. The moon position, or the moon, can represent the mother. And like I said, in that position, you have the Fool. In being all that you can be, Sagittarius, emotionally, you are ready to do new things. You're ready to explore different feelings emotionally. And you really don't have a lot of baggage that you are carrying into that. Not in the home sector, not in your private life. There are things that you've worked out about yourself. And like I said, that have been through other groups of people, that have been through your friends. uh, there are also things that are happening, as far as how you're feeling about your hopes and dreams. And I'm feeling like emotionally you are just ready to go. Like I said, you've worked out some things, you've come to some conclusions, and now you're ready to try something different. You're feeling like, in order to keep you being your best self, you've got to do some things differently uh, when it comes to how you feel about things, or when it comes to the way that you respond to your feelings about things. You have realized that you need to take a new path, and you are ready to do that, Sagittarius, full throttle. In the Mercury position, and Mercury is about communication, it's about uh, our intellect, it's about the way we express ourselves to other people. Um, Mercury is about social media, it's about your childhood friends, your neighborhood, it's about lower education, your elementary school, high school, things of that nature. It also rules social media, if I hadn't said that before. And in the Mercury position, you have the Strength card reversed. For whatever reason, even though you are feeling like your best self, it's looking like you could be feeling your best self physically, but be struggling a bit with the way that you are thinking about things intellectually. Emotionally, like I said, I think you've made some breakthroughs, Sagittarius. But when it comes to how you express yourself to other people, when it comes to your intellect, um, when it comes to your thought processes, maybe things that are going on in your neighborhood, maybe some things that are going on with your siblings, you be feeling out of control, or you may be feeling like your communication right now is um, either not very strong, or Sagittarius, some of you have just gone gladiator style with the way that you communicate with people. With you wanting to do some things different emotionally, if you were once a calm person, maybe now you've decided to just, be aggressive and forward. It seems that a lot of you Sagittariuses might be, when it comes to your expression, when it comes to things going on in your neighborhood, maybe there's some things that are going on between you and your brothers and or sisters or your cousins, or maybe some friends that you've had since childhood. I feel like with the Strength card there, in the Mercury position, you're either feeling like you don't know what to say to people, you feel like you are getting the short end of the stick for whatever reason when it comes to the exchanges that you're having with the groups of people that I just mentioned, or you're feeling like you just can't get yourself together mentally. You might be having some trouble with your short term memory. And the other thing, like I said, is you just be completely wilding out with the way that you deal with other people. I mean, just beast mode. Because with the Strength card reversed, if she were upright, this is a queen, and she has a chain around the tiger. But when this card is reversed, the beast is in control. The tiger is the beast. The beast is in control. So, like I said, you just be going gladiator style, Sagittarius, when it comes to your communications with other people. And the thing about that is, there be some adjustments that need to be made when it comes to that, um, because Mercury is going to move into your 11th house on the 8th of October. That is where I said that the sun was earlier, in your 11th house. So in the 11th house, with groups of other people, with things, with organizations and things like that, these people have been helping you to be your best self. But with the sun there in your 11th house, um, this is where you could shine for the month of Earth. This is where your vitality is. This is where you're feeling the best. This is where satisfaction comes to your hopes and dreams. But there's something about the way that you are communicating within these groups of people that could be causing you some problems. I don't know if maybe you are debating a lot with the same people that be helping you be your best self, Sagittarius. Um, you could possibly be beating them down a little bit by what you're saying. Maybe you're not quite realizing that you have everything that you need because the beast is in control. You are thinking that you need more, you need better, you need bigger, um, when in reality, you don't. And like I said, the same people, and these could be your siblings, these could be groups of childhood friends, these could be uh, uh, the groups of people that are in your community, certain maybe church groups or maybe there's a boys club or something that you belong to. I'm feeling like Sagittarius that involves groups of people that is probably some sort of organization that is in your immediate vicinity, something in your community. This is not something that is far away. This is probably something that you deal with every day and people that you deal with every day. And they belong to some of the same groups or organizations that you do. Um, and while you are coming to your best self, like I said, there could be a possibility where either you are beating down the same people that are helping you, or these people, or you don't know how to express yourself powerfully. Feel like physically you're strong, but mentally, maybe you feel like there is a loss of power. The beast is in control. You feel like you lack some sort of mental power. It's causing you some. So, okay, moving on to the Venus position. And Venus is about what we love, what makes us feel comfortable. Um, this can also be about our money. Um, Venus is a feminine energy. There's something I wanted to say, but I forgot. Either way, this could also be your lover, your significant other. And what we have here is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands are about strife and conflict. I know the filter is a little freaky, but there are some people that seem to be fighting fire with fire. And since this is in the Venus position, Sagittarius, I'm feeling like there's some conflict between you and maybe a significant other. Maybe you met this person in your neighborhood. Maybe you have gotten with somebody that is a childhood friend, or you hooked up with somebody that goes to the same church as you do, hangs out in the same spots that you do. But there may be some conflict between the two. And if this is not a significant other, then this is somebody that you're close to, like a brother or a sister, because Venus doesn't have to be, the Venus position doesn't have to represent somebody that you are in a romantic relationship with. Venus is what we love and what makes us feel comfortable. Um, it's where we find the beauty, and we can certainly find that in our siblings, in our friends, uh, and people that are very close to us. So, with the conflict there in the Venus position, this doesn't have to be your romantic partner. This could just be somebody that you're close to. And there's some things going on where there seems to be some fighting, some conflict, some strife. And Sagittarius, for some reason, you're not able to express yourself. You're not able to put forth your mental strength, like your intellect, your mental strength. The way you express yourself is not at its strongest right now between you and this person. So now we move on to the Mars position, and in the Mars position, we have the Hanged Man reverse. With the Hanged Man in the Mars position, the Hanged Man is about reversed. He's not feeling in sync with himself. He's not feeling together. In this conflict that I spoke of, Sagittarius, you may be just waving the white flag because you just don't really know what to do here. And you feel like every time you try to make a move with this person, that there is some sort of fight, some sort of conflict. So, Sagittarius, you have just gotten to the point where you are waving the white flag. You're surrendering, but you really don't know if you should. You want to express yourself in a powerful, passionate way, but you feel like you're losing the battles. You feel like you're losing the fight, and for whatever reason you're waving the white flag, and maybe you're doing this to keep the peace. Mars is moving into your second house. I think, well, actually, Mars is already in your second house in the sign of Capricorn. So I'm wondering if these fights that you're having with somebody, whether or not this is your significant other, whether this is a childhood friend or a sibling, like I said, something going on within your neighborhood. I wonder if these conflicts are about the money that you earn, if these fights are about the money that you earn, if you are just catching hell because maybe somebody thinks that you should be doing more, that you should have more money, but what they don't realize, and even maybe what you don't realize, Sagittarius, is that you really do have all that you need, but you're feeling powerless. I feel like uh, to somebody. There are fights, but you're feeling powerless about it, which is why emotionally you are ready to do some different things. You're ready to embark on some different journeys. I feel like you would be getting tired of whatever's going on between you and this other person, and you're tired of feeling powerless about it. You're tired of waving the white flag just to keep the peace because you're okay. You've got good health. You have some money or something stashed that they don't know about, and this could be having an effect on how you feel about yourself. But no matter what's going on within this relationship or within this battle between you and another person, your your emotional development, you're just ready to, if you can just cut that off and start anew. I don't feel like there's going to be anything that's holding you back once you decide to take uh, a new path, start on something new emotionally. If you haven't already done that, I feel like all of this stuff, this conflict, this battle, whatever it is that you're dealing with this other person, is not necessarily going to matter. No, I take that back. It is going to matter. It is going to matter. I'm going to tell you why. It looks like you have started to get somewhere emotionally and was ready to start on a new journey, but you started dealing with somebody and there started to be fights and conflict, and then you felt like you just needed to surrender. And so now in the Jupiter position, you have the Five of Cups, and Jupiter is about good luck, it's about our acquisitions, it's about our finances. It wants to make things, it wants to give us more. It wants to bring good luck to whatever it is that we're doing. I also want to say, let me, before I go on to that card, I talked about in the Venus position, the Five of Wands, and that this was about fighting and such. Venus is going to move into Scorpio. Um, Actually, Venus is, it moves into Scorpio on the 1st. Oh, let's go back a minute, Sagittarius. Okay, Venus in Scorpio is about jealousy. It's about obsession. It's also about finding beauty in the truth and doing whatever it takes. I mean, going to the dark, going to the deep, going to, damn near the depths of hell to get to the truth if you feel like you need to, because that is where the beauty is going to lie. And this is happening in your 12th house. Venus moves into Scorpio on the 1st in your 12th house. So, Sagittarius, they be a clandestine affair. Somebody could be doing something very secretly, and it be causing some power struggles between you and maybe somebody else that you're with. Sagittarius, I don't know if this is you that be having some type of hidden relationship or if it's your partner, but it's causing some fights. There's somebody that I talked about that you have gotten with, that be a childhood friend that's in the neighborhood. If this is not conflict about you and a sibling or something like that, and as we go on, I'm getting further and further away from thinking that this is about somebody that you are related to, Sagittarius. I feel like maybe this is somebody that you are in a romantic relationship with. Um, and there is some hidden secret stuff going on. Like I said, maybe somebody's having a secret affair and it's causing fights between you and your partner. And you're not feeling like you can express yourself, or you're not expressing yourself correctly, Sagittarius. You just be, like I said, surrendering, waving the white flag, and just not saying much at all. Maybe because you don't want to reveal yourself. If you say too much, the truth gets found out. Or this could be a situation where somebody is constantly accusing you of something. You know how that is when we feel guilty about something. We will accuse other people, and they're just getting at you, getting at you, getting at you. There's continuous fighting, but they actually be the one that has the clandestine affair. They be the one that's doing something hidden, and you just feel like you just have to surrender. You just don't know which way to go in this. You feel deceived. But actually, with the hangman reverse in the Mars position, there may not be a lot of movement or knowing which way to go now. But with the hangman reverse, you're actually coming out of that. You are actively coming out of feeling stuck. It is almost like you may be fighting your way out of the corner. So, in, like I said, the Jupiter position, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is about losses, it's about regret, and it's cups. So, this is about feelings, this is about emotions. This is a card that we generally see come up when a relationship has gone bad, has broken up. It's just not, you know, what it was once expected to be. And like, if you could really see this good, there's a young lady there, and she's in despair. There are three cups that have spilled in front of her, and all she sees is the fact that these cups have spilled over. So she's what I call crying over spilled milk, and she's mourning for the things that she's lost. There's regret there. She doesn't realize that there are two cups that are behind her that have something to offer. All she can see is what she's lost. There's regret. And Sagittarius, there may be some regret, whether it's you that be having the secret relationship, or whether it's the other person. I feel like you are feeling some regret, maybe from having gotten into this relationship in the first place. I feel like you might be thinking, I was good by myself. I had everything I needed, and then I just, with blindless optimism, I went out and started dealing with this person. Maybe you didn't have any baggage going into this relationship, and now they're creating baggage for you, but you're not going to leave with that baggage. If this relationship dissolves, Sagittarius, I do see you as just leaving it all behind. Right now, I feel like there are some regrets. You are thinking about the things that you lost. And I don't know necessarily that you are mourning the loss of that person. You'd be mourning the loss of your freedom. You'd be mourning the loss of, you just having it together on your own. You'd be mourning the loss of the feelings that you once had about your journey in life. You feel like you're constantly fighting with somebody now, and they're kind of beating you down emotionally and intellectually, and you're feeling powerless, and you have some regrets possibly about getting into this relationship. Maybe that person is sad. Maybe they regret that they got into this. But Sagittarius, I kind of feel like that this is you, whether you're regretting that you got into the relationship, or if the relationship has come to a point where it's dissolving, and you are feeling down over your partner. Now, as I said before, as I said before, before I say that, Sagittarius, all of this is going on in, because this is Jupiter, and Jupiter is also in your 11th house. This is definitely going on with God. I just keep thinking you and a childhood friend, somebody that you know from way back, somebody that was in your neighborhood, that was in your vicinity, or it is somebody that is in a group or something that you belong to. And hmm, I'm seeing some regret, Sagittarius, some hurt feelings. And the thing about it is, like I said before, with um, Venus moving into or being in the first, I'm sorry, with Venus being in Scorpio in your 12th house, and I said that there was probably uh, some some things that are hidden, possibly an affair, a secret relationship. Well, the Three of Swords comes up, and one of the things that the Three of Swords is known the best for is infidelity. With the Three of Swords, she looks like she's being stabbed in the heart. The swords are about communication. It's about our intellect, but swords are also about conflict. They're about sharp words. It's about lying, gossiping, backbiting. Uh, the Three of Swords is about somebody that comes between two people. This card comes up quite a bit when there's infidelity. And like I said, with Venus having moved into or being in the 12th house in Scorpio, I'm feeling Sagittarius, unfortunately, like there is a third person. And somehow this comes out. Or maybe this is something that you've been dealing with for a while with the fighting and things like that with this third person in the relationship. Somebody be deceiving you, running back and forth between you and another person. It could even be a friend of yours, Sagittarius. You may not know that a friend of yours, or God forbid, a relative, is trying to get with your baby, is trying to get with your partner. There could be somebody that might be smiling you right in the face and trying to get with your woman or your man behind your back. Felt stuck, felt powerless. But despite the regret, Sagittarius, you're going to come out of that. This Three of Swords is in the Saturn position, if I forgot to mention. And the Saturn position, it generally comes along to make us commit to things. It makes us disciplined. Um, it makes us follow the rules, but it can also be obstacles, restrictions, delays. Saturn is in your first house, Sagittarius. This problematic relationship, this hidden affair, this whatever it is that has been going on that is causing the fighting and causing you to feel powerless and full of regret, I think it's causing you to feel like, or it was causing you to feel like you couldn't strike out on your own. You were in, such a deep state of regret, or the person that you are dealing with, you have hurt them badly, and they are in a deep state of regret, but you have been feeling like you can't move on away from that situation. Maybe there was some guilt, like I said, maybe because if you were the person who was in the extra marital or the side relationship, you have been feeling some guilt about that, and really just kind of letting the person get out what they need to get out because you felt in the wrong and you waved the white flag and you felt stuck. Or, like I said, on the other hand, you could be just feeling regret about having either gotten into the relationship with uh, your partner, or you be feeling regret about this secret relationship that you had. You may be feeling like it just wasn't worth it at all, and maybe that's why you surrendered. Maybe that's why you are either beasting on somebody. I mean, just like I said, gladiator style, or whether that is the reason why you have just kind of decided to uh, not express yourself in a way that you normally would, because maybe if this was you in this particular situation, you felt some guilt about it, and so it's like being bigger than somebody, and you do something to them and you feel bad about it, and then you tell them, okay, just go ahead and hit me. Just take as many shots as you can, and you stand there and you let them do it because you feel bad about what you did. So it's kind of like you are letting them, what we used to call growing up is get your lick back. You know, if we did something to somebody and we knew it was wrong, we hit them or something like that, then we might go up to them and say, okay, I'm gonna just let you get your lick back. And we stand there and do nothing because we felt like we were in the wrong. So moving on to the outcome position, we have got the Three of Wands. So, Sagittarius, I think that this month ends with um, you sitting back, kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with all of this. You've put some efforts. You've put some efforts, whether they be efforts to repair this thing or efforts to get away from this thing. You've put some efforts into it. You've put some work into it, and now you're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. You're waiting to see if this is going to turn out the way that you want it to. You're really you're really wondering what's going to happen to you. And this is a guy sitting here with Three of Wands, and I know you can't see that good, but that's a ship. And this is somebody who's kind of sitting back waiting for their ship to come in. So, despite who did what, despite whether you remain in the relationship and try to fix it or decide to go your own way, you're just kind of sitting back waiting to see what's going to happen next. But Sagittarius, don't forget that you have everything that you need. No matter what the situation was, there's really no need to wave the white flag. If you got busted in a secret relationship, admit it, go through what you got to go through. You're going to feel guilt, and there's going to be fights, and put the effort into it to eliminate the other person if necessary, or eliminate somebody. Um, and then see what's going to happen. Either way, though, Sagittarius, you have everything that you need. Um, and the other thing is, if somebody did you dirty and cheated on you, or was gossiping about you, or talking behind your back, or whatever the case be, it doesn't matter. You still have everything that you need. And even if you feel like you don't have it, let's say you need to get out of this situation. You've got so much going on in your 11th house that if you're trying to get out of a situation, there are groups or organizations, friends that can help you. There are people out there that can still help you realize your hopes and dreams, and you can embark upon a new emotional journey. Now, I hope that I didn't confuse you guys, because I really was seeing a lot, Sagittarius. I think this is a strong reading for you. And I was seeing a lot of different scenarios, but we only have so much time. And I know, I have a short attention span. It is hard for me to sit through a minute video. Um, but stay strong, Sagittarius. And like I said, no matter who was wrong or right in this situation, if you were wrong, try to make it right. You don't have to stay in it, but try to make it right. uh, but like I said, no matter who was right or wrong in this situation, Sagittarius, whether you know it or not, you have everything that you need, even if that comes through the help of another person or another institution or something like that. One way or the other, you end up with everything you need. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again hopefully next month.